Okay, it's Prime Day and I want to save you loads of money, hopefully, on lots of really random things. We all love a Prime Day deal. I certainly do, although most years I just end up buying memory cards, which is a bit of a cop-out really. So I thought this year, let's spend some time looking into what's coming up for Prime Day. Now, I'm not going to quote pricing or availability because lots of people watch these videos from lots of different regions and it would take me forever to go through the pricing and the availability, and it can change at last minute notice. So I won't do that, but we'll put all of the links for all of these things in the description down below. I've categorized this stuff into 3 areas. The first one is accessories. There's 3 accessories which I think are definitely worth looking at. Then headphones. There's some amazing headphone deals coming up. And then other stuff. And within other stuff, again, some absolute bargains. Let's get into it. Right, let's start with accessories, and this is a very exciting place to start because this is the Logitech Combo Touch, which is an alternative to the Apple Magic Keyboard for your iPad Air or your iPad Pro. And it's a wonderful alternative because, one, it's cheaper by quite a bit, particularly on Prime Day, and the keyboard detaches really easily, goes back on when you need it, but the good thing is when you take it off, your iPad just turns into an iPad. You can use the kickstand, as you can see here, with lots of different angles of adjustment, far more than the Magic Keyboard. It has a space for your Apple Pencil Pro. And also the keyboard itself is fantastic to type on. There's a massive trackpad. It's got a function key row. The keys are backlit. It's also a great case. You get all-round protection, so you can see here there's no gaps anywhere. The Magic Keyboard is expensive. Yes, this does smudge a little bit as well, like the Magic Keyboard, but you can clean it properly, unlike the Magic Keyboard. This has so much going for it. If you've got an iPad Air or an iPad Pro, just get one of these. Next up, we have something from Ugreen. Now, this isn't hugely exciting, but it's massively useful. This is a desktop charger. It's a GAN charger, which means it's very safe, very fast, doesn't get ridiculously hot, but it has loads of ports. We have loads of USB-C, USB-A ports. You plug it into the power there, and what I do with this, I leave it on the desk over there, charging all of this camera gear, all of the batteries and the mic and all that sort of stuff. Anything you've got on your desk that needs charging, we all have a lot of stuff that we rely on for batteries. I really recommend getting one of these Ugreen GAN desktop chargers. There's lots of different versions of this, so we'll put a version that is in the Prime Day sale down below. Now, I get a lot of questions about which cases I use for my MacBooks, and yes, I've got a lot of MacBooks, and yes, they're expensive, and you never want to drop them or lose them or whatever. The best cases I've found overall in terms of price and durability and utility and all that stuff, and protection obviously, are from Innertech. I've talked about these before. This is the Innertech something, I can't remember, they've all got lots of different weird names, but we'll put the link down in the description as always. It's waterproof, it's got really nice lining inside, and the key thing is you don't have that problem with the zip. A lot of MacBook slip cases and these sort of cases have issues where the zip can catch your MacBook. You don't want that because that's where you damage it. This has a little lip that kind of sits around the edge of your MacBook and protects it. Another little space in here to put all your cables and all that sort of stuff. This one has a carry handle. Again, these do vary in terms of the version that Amazon sells, but we'll put the link down below. Okay, headphones. Now, there are some fantastic headphones in this Prime Day sale. I can't go through all of them, so I've just picked up the ones which I think you need to look at, starting with Sony. Now, we have, firstly, the XM4s, which are still my favourite headphones in terms of noise cancelling headphones of all time. There's several reasons for this. One of them is because the noise cancelling is absolutely mind-blowingly good. Secondly, the case is that big. It's amazing. And you even get things like the travel adapters and stuff. It's the gold standard of headphone cases. They fold up like that. Not very many headphones do that these days, but these go really nice and compact. The sound is awesome. It's not audiophile quality, but it sounds very, very, very good to most people's ears. And the comfort levels are unbelievable. These are such comfy headphones. There's a reason you still see a lot of these on planes, trains, and automobiles. Out and about, people are still using the XM4s and the XM3s. They are such good headphones. They're in the Prime Day sale. If you need a pair of headphones and you don't care about the latest version, just get the XM4s. Then we have the XM5s. So these are obviously the update to the XM4s. The case is huge. I'm not a fan of the case at all, but they're incredibly light, which is fantastic. They're also very, very comfortable. And the noise cancelling, again, it's market leading. I don't think you can find a better pair of noise cancelling headphones than the XM5s. Next up, Bose. Let's start with the flagship. These are the Quiet Comfort Ultras, which are lovely. They sound amazing. The noise cancelling is Sony levels. It's, as you would expect from Bose, it's very, very good. I think they look better than the Sonys. Much more modern design. They're comfortable. The case is pretty good, actually. It's a pretty good size. It's, I think, the same size as the XM4s. If you love Bose stuff, just buy these. If you want the best they offer in terms of noise cancelling headphones for your travels, or working in the office and you want to cut people out. No, that didn't sound good. You don't want to hear all that background noise, just get the Ultras. However, if you want to spend a little bit less money, just get the Quiet Comfort. These are the standard Quiet Comfort headphones from Bose. They have noise cancelling. They come in lots of different colours, some very interesting colours, including this green version here. They are wonderful. I gave a pair of these to my dad and he was absolutely blown away by them, and he knows his onions when it comes to audio, so audio-wise, fantastic. Next up, Bowers & Wilkins. Bowers & Wilkins are in the Prime Day sale. What is going on? This is amazing. In here, I genuinely don't know which ones these are. The PX8s. Now they're not cheap, let's be honest. They're not cheap at all, but they're a bit cheaper today because they're in Prime Day. They are lovely. If you just want a real flagship pair of headphones with an awesome sound signature that you don't really need to EQ, and you want, let's be honest, this design, this Bowers & Wilkins design with the Bowers & Wilkins logo on there and a very, very premium feel. I think if you compare them to the AirPods Max, which I will at some point, particularly the new AirPods Max, there's no competition. And likewise with a lot of other higher end noise cancelling headphones, most people will tell you Bowers & Wilkins is where it's at. If you've got a lower budget but you still want Bowers & Wilkins, these are the PX7S2s. The only difference really is that the sound isn't quite as good, but it's still really good. The noise cancelling is pretty much the same on both. The comfort is pretty much the same. The materials aren't quite as premium as they are on the PX8s, but again, at this price point, in the bracket the PX7S2 sit in, they are still better than the competition in that respect. Next up, a couple of products from Shox. Shox are best known for their open ear earbuds, their bone conduction stuff, and if you do a lot of running, if you do marathons, and you want a pair of earbuds that don't go into your ears so you can still hear the world perfectly around you. First thing is the Open Fit Air. I reviewed these recently, and these are earbuds that go just over your ear like that, and they pipe music into your ear canal. Very, very comfortable. They're great for calls as well. So if you want a pair of earbuds that you wear all day, they're fantastic. But particularly if you do a lot of working out, these are brilliant. Then we have the Open Swim. Now, I'm not a swimmer at all, but I did try these and they're amazing. You can basically wear these underwater and still hear stuff. It's incredible. So headphone wise, there's lots of stuff going on, but there's some other things that you really need to check out. This is a very random bunch of things that you're about to see, but that makes it exciting because you have no idea what's coming next. We'll do it as a quick fire thing because there's a few things to get through. The first one is the Sonos Era 100. You probably know what Sonos is. It's a home audio system where you can have a bunch of these basically throughout your home. One in your kitchen, one in your lounge, one upstairs in the bedroom, and you can stream music, podcasts, audiobooks to them. And the best thing about these is that they sound amazing. Do not let that size deceive you. They pack such a punch. They're unbelievable. And to have them in Prime Day is amazing. So if you want to get into Sonos or just add some Sonos speakers to your existing setup. Next up, we have the Osmo Action 3 from DJI. This is an action cam which is just cheaper than a GoPro and just as good. Version 5 has just come out. Version 4 is good as well. They're all good, but to be honest, there's not a massive difference. This still produces fantastic imagery, and if you want an action cam for action stuff or for vlogging, I've used this so much for vlogging. It's been used in my videos for this channel loads, and we still use it to this day. It's very robust, the image quality is fantastic, and it's in the Prime Day sale. Let's stick with cameras for a minute, and I get a lot of questions about which camera I use to shoot these videos. This one that you're looking at me through now is the Sony FX3. It's amazing, but it's very expensive. If you want the same image quality as this camera, but you don't want to spend an absolute fortune on it, just get the ZV-E1. This is basically one of those without a fan, so it doesn't have the active cooling, although it doesn't really matter, and it doesn't have the metal body. This is a bit more plasticky, but it's still nice plastic. And the most important thing is it's a lot cheaper than this. The image quality is exactly the same, and actually it has more up-to-date software. So the software on this is more up-to-date than the software on that, which means you can do more stuff with this and it just looks a bit newer. Next up, the JBL Go 3. Now you can get the Go 4 now, but again, we're at a point now with tech where the differences between new versions and the older versions are so minimal. This is still an amazing little portable Bluetooth speaker. I reviewed this ages ago and I still get loads of views on that video, loads of questions about it. It's really cheap, and it's particularly cheap at the moment if you go to Prime Day, and it sounds fantastic, and it's really rugged. I hesitated about this because SanDisk hasn't had a particularly good reputation fairly recently for reliability, but I can't look past the fact that we use SanDisk SSDs every single day to transport the footage that I create for this channel. I've used them for 4.5 years, and touch wood, I've never had an issue. This is the SanDisk Extreme Portable. You can get the Pro as well, which is faster. This is the 1TB version. Look at it, it's absolutely tiny. Again, very rugged, waterproof, etc. Again, your mileage might vary, and I can't be held responsible if you have any issues with your SanDisk SSD, obviously, but I've never, ever had a problem with these discs. Okay, it's over to you now. There's things that I've missed on Prime Day. I know there's so many different deals out there, so let me know in the comments and let everyone else know. Let's use the comments as a kind of community thing where we share the deals that we find, put them into the comment section. Remember, everything you've seen today, the description holds all of those links. Click the link and it should take you to your region and give you your pricing for that particular deal. Let me know what you're buying down below, and if you've still got some time, hang around for a link to another video that I think you'll find very interesting.